Hi, viewers, and welcome back to the Passion and Purpose of. Today, we're talking about something very important, and that is how to make good decisions. Did you know that we're faced with about 35,000 decisions on an average day? Now, sometimes those are very small decisions like what should I have for breakfast, what shirt should I wear today, or what time should I go to bed. But there are times that we are faced with crucial and life changing decisions like who should I marry, what city should I live in, what school should I pick? And you agree with me that sometimes it's not very easy making those decisions. And that's why this video has been created today. Now, decisions are key to our success and fulfillment in life. Believe it or not, where you are today is a result of all the decisions that you've made in your life so far. It's therefore imperative that we learn how to make good decisions. You might have met some people that are very good at making decisions, and on the other hand, some people that are not so good at making decisions. But do you know that this is one of the distinguishing factors between successful and unsuccessful people? It's been said that successful people make decisions relatively, mark the words, relatively quickly. And when they make those decisions, they stick with them. But unsuccessful people, they have the habit of delaying decision making, and even when they make decisions, they change them rather quickly. Now, we're going to learn how to make good decisions in today's video, so stay with me. Welcome to the Passion and Purpose Hub. My name is Tunde Kukoyi, and this is the channel where we share useful knowledge to help you maximize your passions and your purpose so that you do not just enjoy success but also fulfillment in your personal and professional lives. Now, back to the topic for today. How do you make good decisions? Now, the very first tool, and probably the most important tool in making good decisions, is to get relevant information. Now, information is what makes the difference between a random guess and an informed decision. We live in information age, and you can get as much information as you need on a particular subject just with the click of a button. You don't have to go into national libraries and search for several days before you find books that have the answers to the questions you need. So there is no point in today's age and time that you're making a decision, especially one that is a life-changing and a crucial decision, without getting as much information as you need. So why not just take that time to do a bit of research before you go ahead to make a decision. But be very careful that you do not fall prey of what some people call analysis paralysis. That is, you just sit there and you're looking for information for several days, months, and you're still getting as much information on a particular subject. You fall prey to what they call information overload. Now, experts have said that you do not need all the information on the world in the world to make a decision. About 60 to 75% of information is good enough to make a good decision. Now, another thing you need to be mindful of when you're making a decision is not just what decision you need to make or how you need to make the decision. You also need to be thinking about who you need to speak to make that good decision. Now, there are some people that have been in your shoes before. They are probably about 3 steps ahead of you in the ladder, or some people that you know that are just mentors or they are experts at the field that you're trying to make a decision in. Don't be the kind of person that either listens to everybody or listens to nobody. None of them is good enough. Choose the people that you want to listen to specifically and get advice from them. That a bit of advice that they give you might be priceless. So why not speak to people about the decision you want to make? For example, you want to buy a car, you know someone who's an expert at cars. It could save you several days of poring over textbooks, looking over the internet, just a 30-minute conversation with that person. So, my first advice for you is get relevant information from the relevant people. And when you have that information, don't sit on it. You're well on your way to making a good decision. The second tool that can help you make good decisions is to narrow your options. Have you ever been to a fast food restaurant with a never-ending menu, and then you're standing from the menu screen and you're looking at the menu screen, and when the attendant asks you, "What do you want?" you're just lost for words because you haven't even made a decision. Or take, for example, you go to a car dealership, you want to buy a car, and you've not really narrowed the options. And you get there and they have like 10,000 cars in their fleet, and then they ask you, what car are you looking for? And you're just lost. That's what happens when you do not narrow your options. I know in today's world we're spoiled for options. If you searched online for any particular object you want to buy, you probably have a million and one choices to choose from. But that, if believe it or not, does not help you make decisions. If anything, you just find yourself going down the rabbit hole and you have not still made a decision. So narrowing your options is one of the tools that can help you make good decisions. You can say, okay, for example, if you're looking for a car, I'm looking for an SUV that is automatic transmission, that can take this particular number of people, that is this color. When you have those options, when you've made that filter in your mind, then it helps you to make a good decision. Have you ever heard of the concept of decision fatigue? Decision fatigue simply means the inability to make a smart or a rational decision after you've made several decisions before it. Now, we talk about a lot of people like Facebook owner Mark Zuckerberg that wears the same t-shirt every day, or people that have the same thing for breakfast every day, or they form their routine, and we say, oh, it's just because they're trying not to show off or they're trying to be modest. But it doesn't end there. The reason why many people do this is because they're trying to reduce the amount of unnecessary decisions they have to make in their day so that they can save their mind, their mental energy to make more important, sometimes world changing decisions. Decision making is actually a stressful process, and it is actually mind tasking. For example, look at people that have planned a wedding. Even on their wedding days, you can tell the amount of mental fatigue that they've gone through after having to choose, oh, this is what's going to be on the menu, this is what I'm going to wear, this is going to be the color of the day, these are the pictures we're going to use. You can tell by the time of the wedding that they've already reached that point of mental fatigue. So narrowing your options is one of the ways that you can actually reduce that mental fatigue so that you can actually take off all the unnecessary decisions and save your mental energy for the key and the life changing decisions in your life. The last tool that I'll be talking about today in helping you to make good decisions is using your values as a decision filter. Do you know what your values are? My top five values are relationships, responsibility, service, well being, and creativity. So, do you know what your top five values are? Now, values are internalized principles that help guide your day to day actions and choices. Once you know what your values are, it helps to make decision making process easier and more fulfilling. If you've never taken time before to articulate what your values are, I would advise that you do so today. Don't delay. Make sure you do it today. I've posted the link in the show notes below to a website that can help you to articulate your values in just about 20 minutes or so. So it's definitely worth doing. When you have the values, it helps you to make the decisions. And all you have to do afterwards is just to manage those decisions on a day to day basis. Take, for example, you're faced with a dilemma of whether to attend a family function or to go for that all important business meeting. Which one would you choose? Now, the truth of the matter is that life is neither or is not always black or white. What you choose should be based on your values. If you value family as one of your top five values, then it will help you decide to go for that family function over that business meeting. Now, be mindful of the fact that when you align your decisions with your values, it does not guarantee that the decisions you make will be the most popular or the best decisions. But what it guarantees is that the decisions you make will be the right decisions for you. And that is what really matters. We're talking about fulfillment here. So always use your values as a decision filter if you want to make good decisions. Now, to recap, the three tools to help you make good decisions. The first is to get relevant information. Second one is to narrow your options. And the third one is to use your values as a decision filter. As I begin to round off, guys, I just wanted to drop a caveat at this point. The fact that you've learned how to make good decisions does not mean that you'll not get some of those decisions wrong. Knowing in advance that you could make wrong decisions and being comfortable with that fact in advance is actually what increases your confidence level and helps you to make decisions. So be prepared to make mistakes. I know making a bad decision could be painful, but the truth of the matter is that you actually learn from that experience and it makes you even better at making decisions. Someone once said that we never really lose in life. Sometimes we win and sometimes we learn. So if there's one thing that I want you to drop today, it's the habit of being indecisive. Indecision, sitting on the fence, in effect is a decision on its own. So why not just make a proper decision? Dr. Miles Monroe once said that the most miserable people in life are those who cannot make decisions. Indecision has robbed so many people of their dreams and aspirations. So I want you to stop that ready, aim syndrome. What happened to fire? So go out there and start making decisions, because that is how you get better. I hope I've added some value to you today. If it has added value to you, please share this video with someone that you think needs to watch this. And also remember to subscribe and turn on the notification button so you do not miss other videos like this. Till we meet again, guys, keep living with passion and purpose. I will see you later.